everybody. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to make an ASP.NET page admin only. So first, make sure you download Visual Studio Code from this website. It's probably the most popular code editor. It's free, it's regardless of the platform, so you can use it on Linux or iOS as well. And make sure you also download and install the .NET Software Development Kit, so the .NET SDK. I'm using .NET 5. This is the current version, so I recommend you to download .NET 5. Okay, after that you simply launch Visual Studio and make sure you install at least this extension, C# by Microsoft, and you also need SQLite. This is the one, this is the ALEXCVZZ. Okay, after that, launch the terminal. So it has a built-in terminal. So let's use the built-in terminal. As you can see, I am in my user profile folder, and I have a projects folder in my downloads folder. So let's change directory. Sorry, projects. So now we are in my projects folder, and now we are going to use a template, a .NET template. It's a ASP.NET Core application, MVC. This is the Model View Controller template. So .NET new MVC. And we are going to use a individual authentication, so -AU, this stands for authentication, individual. And we are going to put it in a folder, so -O, and let's call it my app. But you can use any name, okay? You have to wait a bit, and you see restore succeeded. Now let's change directory, and let's open this application. So code, and it is going to open. Visual Studio Code is going to open this application. So first thing you have to do is to open this startup.cs, this C# file, and all you have to do, you find this identity user class. If this window pops up, required assets to build and debug are missing from my app, add them, just click yes, it's important. So you can find a configure services method, and in this method you can find this identity user class. And now I'm going to change the value of this parameter require confirmed account from true to false, because I don't want my users to confirm their accounts. But if you want your user to confirm their accounts, just don't change. Okay, so use the default value, which is true. So I'm going to change the value from true to false, and also we are going to add here add roles. There's a method called add roles, and in this in these braces we are going to use a class called identity role. This is the angle braces. So within the angle braces, identity role. This is the class we are going to use. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Now you can save this, and then we are going to open the home controller C# file, and here you can find this index method. This corresponds to the index view in the home folder, you see. So we have the privacy ASP.NET page, and we have the index ASP.NET page, which is the home page, as you can see. So if you want your users to register to sign up for your site, you have to use this authorize if you I think we are missing a using directory. Yes, using using directives, sorry. Using Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.authentication. So you have to add this namespace, okay? This is the one we have just added. So now you can use this authorize if you want your users to register. So now if we run this application, let's run the application. Let me pause the video. So as you can see, we have to register, okay? So let's register an account, a new account. That is going to be user at, I don't know, outlook.com. You can use a Unreal email because, you know, we don't require that users confirm their accounts. So Okay, so hello user at outlook.com. Let's log out and let's register another account, and this is going to be admin outlook.com. Okay, so now we have two users, user and admin. Now let's log out and let's stop the application. And now we would like to, for example, so we would like to make this privacy page admin only. Okay, so in that case you have to use this authorize class again. Okay, and roles equal, and let's call it admin. Okay, so now you see this this is the database. This is at.db. It's a SQLite database. SQLite is the good thing about SQLite is that it's serverless. It's lightweight and so serverless. So as we have we have installed this extension called SQLite, we can have a look at this database, right click and choose Open Database. And this SQLite Explorer is going to appear, and now you can see, so you can see the different tables. This database has already some tables, and we are going to take a closer look at the ASP.NET Roles table, the ASP.NET User Roles table. Here you can put the users in different roles. That's the point, okay? And also we have this ASP.NET User table. If you click on this, just let's make some space. As you can see, we have the two user at outlook.com and admin at outlook.com, and they have this user ID, okay? And the user roles table is empty, and the ASP.NET Roles table is also empty, but they have some fields. You see, when it comes to databases, we talk about fields and records. The fields are the columns of the table, and the records are the rows. Okay, so we have this ID, this concurrency stamp, name and normalized name fields, and also in this ASP.NET User Roles table we have the user ID and the role ID fields. So now what we are going to do is to make a new file. We are going to call this SQLite.SQL, and we are going to insert a new record into the ASP.NET Roles table and also in the ASP.NET user roles table, because first we have to make a new role. Okay, so we are going to use SQL to do that. Insert into ASP.NET roles. This is the name of the table. So we are going to insert a new record. We have the fields, we have the ID fields, we have the concurrency stamp fields, concurrency stamp fields, we have the name fields, and we have the normalized name fields. And we have to give the values. So let me give the values as well. The values, the ID is going to be, the value of the ID field is going to be 1. Concurrency stamp, you can leave that empty, so null. And the name field is going to be admin, and the normalized name is also going to be admin. So now we have to run this query. Okay, so just use Control A, right click and run query, and choose the database, the app.db. And now if we take a closer look at the ASP.NET roles table, you see we have this new record. You see, so we have a new role called admin, and the ID of this role is number 1. And now we are going to assign this role to a certain user, okay, in the ASP.NET user roles table, which is empty. Okay, for the time being it is empty, so we have to insert again a new record. So we are going to insert the user role. So ASP.NET user roles, that's the table, and it has 2 fields, the user ID and the role ID. So it only has 2 fields. Role ID, so we don't need these. And the values is going to be the user ID, the role ID is 1, you see, so we need that 1, and the user ID, you can check the user ID in the ASP.NET user table. So let's, for example, let's we have this admin at outlook.com user. That is going to be the admin. So simply copy and paste the ID of the admin account. Okay, so let's copy and paste it here. Sorry. And now all we have to do is run this query. And now if we take a closer look at the ASP.NET user role table, now you can see we have assigned the user ID, which is 1, to the user, the role ID to the user ID. Okay, good. Now if we run the application, so let's run the application again. Let's see .NET restore. Let's see if it's if everything, yeah, everything's just fine. .NET build. Let's rebuild the application to check if everything's gonna be all right. Yes, that's okay. Now .NET run. Let's open. And now you have to register. You see, we don't have access any of the ASP.NET pages. So first, the user first should register, or if they have already registered, they should log in. So now let's log in as user, as a simple user. So user at outlook.com. Okay, now so we have access to the home page, but we don't have access to the privacy page because that is a admin only page. So let's log out and let's log in as an administrator. So admin at outlook.com. Now let's see. So we have access. We have access to both ASP.NET pages, the home pages and the privacy pages, and I mean the privacy page as well. Thank you for watching.